The rain came down softly that Thursday afternoon, painting streaks across the cafe windows. Marcus Donnelly sat in the corner booth, his expensive suit somehow making him look smaller, not larger. At 57, he'd built an empire. But empires, he'd discovered, could be very cold places. His coffee had gone lukewarm an hour ago. He didn't notice. The cafe hummed with gentle conversation around him, but Marcus heard none of it. He was thinking about the empty house waiting for him, the silent rooms, the echoes. He didn't see her approaching at first. A little girl, maybe 5 years old, with blonde hair pulled up in a ponytail tied with a pink bow. She wore a peach-colored dress over a long-sleeved shirt, and she was holding half a chocolate chip cookie. "Are you okay, sir?" she asked, her voice clear and concerned. Marcus looked up, startled. Her blue eyes studied him with the kind of honesty only children possess. For a moment, he couldn't speak. When had someone last asked him that question and really meant it? I'm all right, sweetheart," he managed, but his voice betrayed him. She tilted her head, considering. "You look sad." "My grandma says when people look sad, sometimes they need a friend." She held out her cookie. "Do you want half?" Chocolate chip cookies make everything a little bit better. Marcus felt something crack inside his chest. "That's very kind of you," he said softly. "But I couldn't take your cookie." "It's okay. I already ate the other half." She climbed onto the bench across from him, uninvited, but somehow completely welcome. "My name's Emma. What's yours?" "Marcus," he said, and found himself smiling for the first time in weeks. That's a nice name. Emma swung her feet, which didn't quite reach the floor. "Are you waiting for someone?" The question hung in the air. Was he? Had he been waiting his whole life for someone to notice him sitting alone? "No," he admitted quietly. "Not really?" "Oh," Emma thought about this. "That's okay. Sometimes my grandpa sits by himself, too. Grandma says he needs thinking time." "Is that what you need?" Marcus looked at this small person who'd seen through him so easily. "Maybe I've had too much thinking time." "Then you should have talking time instead." Emma stated this as simple fact. "What do you do?" "I run a company. I'm in charge of a lot of people." Emma's eyes widened. "That sounds important. Are you a good boss?" The question struck him like a bell. When had he last asked himself that? Not whether he was successful or profitable or efficient.
"But good?
I try to be," he said. "That's good. My teacher says trying is the most important part." Emma took a small bite of her cookie, thoughtful. "Do your people know you're nice?" Marcus felt his throat tighten. "I'm not sure they do. You should tell them. Or show them. Like giving them cookies." She smiled, pleased with her logic. A woman approached then, breathless and apologetic. "Emma, sweetheart, I told you to stay at the table." She looked at Marcus with concern. "I'm so sorry, sir." She slipped away while I was ordering. "Please," Marcus said quickly. "Don't apologize. He looked at Emma, who beamed at him. "She's been wonderful company." The woman, who had Emma's same gentle eyes, relaxed slightly. "That's kind of you to say. I'm Rebecca, Emma's grandmother. We stop here every Thursday after my husband's doctor appointments. Is Grandpa okay?" Emma asked, suddenly serious. "He's fine, honey. Just checkups." Rebecca smiled at Marcus. "She worries about everyone." "That's a beautiful quality," Marcus said, and meant it. Emma slid down from the booth. "Bye, Marcus. I hope you feel better." Then, surprising him completely, she walked around the table and hugged him. Just like that. A small, fierce hug that lasted maybe 3 seconds, but seemed to reach something he'd forgotten he had. When they left, Marcus sat very still. The rain had stopped without his noticing. The cafe seemed brighter somehow, warmer. He pulled out his phone and scrolled through his contacts. His daughter's name appeared. Sarah. When had he last called just to talk? Not about business or logistics, but real talk? He pressed dial. "Dad?" Sarah's voice held surprise. "Is everything okay?" "Yes," Marcus said, and realized it was true. I wanted to hear your voice, and to ask if maybe you and the kids could come for dinner this weekend. I could make that pasta you used to love, or we could order in, whatever you'd like." The pause on the other end stretched long. Then, "Dad, we'd love that. The kids have been asking about you." "I've been asking about them too," Marcus said softly. In my head. I just forgot to say it out loud. After they hung up, Marcus finished his cold coffee. It tasted fine. He left a generous tip and walked out into the fresh-washed afternoon. Tomorrow, he decided, he'd start something new at the office. Maybe a coffee hour where anyone could stop by his office. Maybe just learning people's names, really learning them. Sometimes wisdom comes from boardrooms and experience. And sometimes it comes from a 5-year-old girl with a chocolate chip cookie and a simple question. The rain might return. The loneliness might creep back. But Marcus walked a little straighter now, carrying with him the memory of a small hand offering half a cookie and the reminder that kindness, at its core, is just noticing each other. That's all it takes, really. Just noticing, just asking, just caring enough to say, "Are you okay?" Sometimes that changes everything.